There comes a time in every man-child's life when he buys his first drift trike, and then he finds himself slamming sugary drinks again as he savors what's left of his 20s. And the more he rides this tricycle, the more he becomes a menace to his neighborhood and an embarrassment to his family. Unfortunately, that man-child is me. So I'm gonna turn this into the gnarliest drift trike you've ever seen. And now my neighbors will be like, look at that cool guy over there. And then I'm gonna race it down a frozen lake. And hopefully this experience will transform me from the man-child I am today into a proper man adult.
Oh my god.
I think just about every man-child goes through this drift trike phase. Just check all of them for sale on Facebook if you don't believe me. I mean, it's practically an obituary for our childhoods. It's for the best, man. And there's another man-child from across the pond that's done just about everything you can imagine with these things. So I had to think, what could this Colin do to one-up what that Colin has already done? Because he's clearly still stuck in this childlike state. I mean, the guy's treating his property like an adult sandbox, for Christ's sake.
You can't just do that. You can't just do that.
Then it hit me. Put a blade on it. I mean, that makes everything cooler, right? I mean, doing the dishes, vacuuming, hell, even cooking. And since I'm ripping this thing down ice, I need a proper back fender, so I don't get sprayed harder than a Turkish protester. Plus, I don't want to cut my damn leg off. Eek. And finally, I gotta find the perfect studs. Not for breeding, but for traction. The current wheels would give me zero grip on ice, but I don't want so much purchase that I can't slide at all. I'm calling it the RIP-Trike. I can't wait to see what this thing's capable of once it gets spinning. But where the hell can I get a saw blade with that kind of girth? Hey man, I need a favor. You still got access to that shop, so I'm gonna need a circular blade that is fuck all big. My man on the inside said it would be about 2 weeks, and he said I could just trade for him. Can you believe that? So while he's whipping up those blades for me, I can get working on my bag of meth, or fabricating the fender. Yeah, that one. Now this fender is critical. It's the only thing stopping my scrumptious calves from getting torn into like a whale off the coast of Norway. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see my megafauna go extinct.
You got a fender.
And this first attempt simply wasn't good enough. See, I've been practicing something called metal origami, and I wanted to use my new skills to minimize the cuts and welds and maximize my folds. So I dove in for round 2 and tried to build it out of a single sheet of steel. So I cut out my notches and scored the lines where I'd need to make folds. So did I turn into a man-child, or simply never grow up? I don't think there's really an answer to that. But I think high school is when those two paths start to diverge. We're all on the spectrum of this somewhere, but it's when some folks start partying, and, well, I started a Batman toy collection.
Leverage, bitch.
I had friends in just about every social group, but still kind of felt like I was on the outside. And now with time, I've learned to be unapologetically myself. You know, the kind of guy that'll repurpose old bike tubes for his new fit at the rave.
I'll be back late, okay?
Now with the trike disassembled, I could get to work on the studs. Which also basically means a prostitute, but for horses. Did you know these horse pimps can charge upwards of 6 figures? They better make eye contact at those prices. So basically I used the tape to get the circumference of the wheel. Then I divided that by the number of studs I wanted, and that is math I can do. Oh, and speaking of Batman, the Joker has a famous line that encompasses being a man-child. Why so serious? Why so serious? I mean, seriously, why? I see all these videos of Karens online and wonder, when did they start growing that stick up their ass? Like this lady who called the cops on some black dude for birding while actively choking out her dog. And maybe if they had a man-child in their life, they'd pull it out and replace it with something more fun.
Like a ring pop?
And obviously I ain't black, but as a birder, I sure as hell feel his pain.
What's that for?
Now with my back wheels finished, I could turn my attention to acquiring my giant blades.
Okay. You can
do this. What's up, man?
Dude, how's it going?
Doing good. All right, I got your stuff here.
Cool. Okay. So, wait, is that a camera?
No. God damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Thankfully, I did manage to pull myself out of there, and honestly, I think it was a pretty good trade. These bad boys weigh about 12 pounds apiece, and were laser cut to my exact specifications. It really is a thing of beauty now, ain't it? But to fit them on the hub, I had to get the damn shaft of these pedals off. And I tried everything. I lubed it up and yanked on it, nothing. So I added some heat in hopes of making the hole expand a little, then violently bash it until it pops off.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Now I had to isolate the hub so I could figure out how I'm gonna attach my blades. And the solution is a shitload of tiny little bolts. And precision is mission critical to ensure all 32 holes line up perfectly here. Once one blade was attached, I could take my time to ensure that I lined up the next blade perfectly. It's already not going to be a smooth ride, so I at least wanted it to be evenly bumpy. And after spending hours and giving it as much focus and attention to precision as I could muster, I messed something up. This is not, I mean, you can see it. This thing is unusable. If these tips don't line up, it'll make the wheel more wobbly than a wasted white girl at a wedding. I can't have that. See these holes? I don't know what to do. I gotta figure. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I don't have it figured out. I gotta figure it out. I hand drilled 32 holes over like 6 hours just to find that I had fucked something up. Everybody who makes stuff has come across this experience where you just hit your breaking point. You just gotta call it quits for the day. Thanks, Mikey. Ow! Alright, maybe that was a little dramatic. Fortunately, it was indeed an assembly error. And with that fixed, I could finish the wheel with some cross braces and install it. God dang it. You gotta take the brakes off? Oh, come on. That right there is too narrow. So I grinded those off and welded them back on, and still, it was just barely wide enough. But that's good enough for me, and hopefully good enough for this 26-pound bladed wheel. And when this thing gets spinning, you better believe it's gonna rip through anything I put in front of it. So let's put stuff in front of it. How about a sweet potato? Maybe a bit of cauliflower?
Holy shit!
Well, clearly the build hasn't helped me grow up yet. But I'm still hopeful when I get on this thing and actually ride it, that everything's gonna turn for me.
Oh no.
So I hopped on for the first time and started heading down to the lake for the race. And I could feel it. I think it actually worked. Not only do I clearly look like an adult now, but my priorities, my responsibilities, it all became so clear. I felt like Paul after that first hit of spice. I should be drinking water. I should put money in my 401k. And I even think the eggs would taste better if I just cooked them, you know? And I almost couldn't believe it. My trike was just ripping down those icy roads even better than I could have hoped for. But am I gonna be able to win the race against a fellow man-child? Now that I got this bad boy on the flat ice, is it actually gonna work? Or am I gonna spin my wheels like an idiot? So I took some warm-up laps around the lake before he got here, and there's no way this guy's gonna beat me. And then I saw him, and I couldn't believe how much grip this guy was getting just with rubber on the ice. I mean, what the fuck, man? And that steez. So we lined up our trikes on the lake with literally 50-mile-per-hour winds whipping around us. And this victory was all I needed to finally become a man adult.
Go, friend! Go, please! Woo! Woo! Oh, shit! Fuck! Damn it! Fuck! Oh, there we go. Yeah, baby.
And just like that, it all slipped through my fingers. My fate was sealed. I'd be doomed to being a man-child for the rest of my life. But you know what? Maybe being a man-child ain't so bad. Yeah, I don't want to drink water. I don't want to invest in my retirement. I want to be a YouTuber, for God's sake. An industry led by a bunch of man-children. And from one man-child to another, thank you for watching. I hope you'll check out some other projects, subscribe, and maybe even throw me a few bones on Patreon. And do me a favor, never grow up.